Hi and welcome to the Mum Boss Method podcast. I am Chrissy and I am the Mum Boss, and I am super happy to have you here. Thank you so much. I wanted to take today's podcast to talk to you about what I would do differently in my fitness journey, my health, fitness and self-care journey, if I went back to the beginning, if I could do it all over again. Now, I started the Mum Boss Method because I went on this journey myself. I went on a journey of health, fitness, and self-care, which actually spanned, over 10 years, really. And so I thought sharing these lessons learned would really help you on your journey. And so I've got 5 lessons here that I want to share with you, and I hope that you find them useful. So number 1 then is to start earlier. I wasn't particularly sporty or into fitness as a teenager, or even really in my 20s. I dabbled in running. I had a gym membership from about the age of 23, which I used, but mainly for cardio. And it wasn't until I ran the London Marathon in 2014 that I really got into fitness. I started running because I wanted to lose a bit of weight, and I thought that that was the best way for me to do that. And I really tried loads of quick fixes and different diets from about the age of 18. The first thing I did was Weight Watchers and then various things. And I carried on that way, dabbling in different types of fitness and diets into my late 30s. And then my mindset really switched and I started looking at it really differently. So my advice to you is don't wait until the time is right, or until you feel motivated, or until you lose a few pounds and feel more confident exercising. Take action now. Whether it's moving a bit more, or booking onto an exercise class, or starting cooking yourself meals from fresh, you never regret moving your body. Unless, of course, you injure yourself. You never regret a good training session. You never regret cooking a delicious, healthy, nutritious meal, or taking time out for self-care. So don't wait to start, just start. That's the best. The best motivation is just taking the action. And I say that all the time. Okay, number 2 is ignoring the number on the scales. And I know this will resonate with many of you. It is something that I talk to 95% of my clients about. For years, I was focused on that single number on the scales and getting it to go down. And my whole identity and self-worth was wrapped up in what the scales read each morning. And if they'd gone up, it started me off as it was a bad day. If they went down, yay me, patted myself on the back. And now I see that number, and I try to encourage my clients to see that number as a piece of data. And I know that there are a multitude of things that can impact the number that I see there. So I don't fixate on it anymore, but instead I focus on executing the habits and behaviors that I know work for me, and doing that consistently. So I rely on moving my body, getting my steps in, which I'm going to talk about in next week's episode, by the way. That I focus on 80% of my diet being great, nutritious, healthy, balanced food that includes protein, fruits and vegetables, healthy fats and carbohydrates. I focus on 4 to 5 training sessions every week. I focus on 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. I focus on downtime every day as well. And I do those consistently and focus then on how I feel, because I've done that, rather than what the number on the scale says. Okay. Number 3, I would stop looking for a quick fix. So I mentioned in number one that I spent, my late teens, most of my 20s and 30s looking for the next quick fix. I did juice diets, shake diets, the slimming clubs. I did massive fasts. I went vegan. I didn't go vegan because I thought it would make me lose weight. I did it because for ethical reasons and also for health reasons, and I've kept a lot of those principles in. But I've tried keto, all of it. I've tried all of it, and as I said, like most of my clients, I've spent most of my 20s and 30s looking for those quick fixes. And I definitely found some that helped me lose weight fairly quickly, but they all made me feel rubbish. The worst one was the juice diet. I tried to do that, and I think I got a day and a half into it, and I had such a headache and I felt so tired that I just gave up. So most of them made me feel rubbish, and they weren't sustainable. And a lot of them, like Weight Watchers and things like that, they really made my relationship with food and my body really bad. So because they weren't sustainable, it meant that I put the weight back on really quickly as well. So I might have lost some weight really quickly, but I put it back on really quickly. And it wasn't until I hit my mid to late 30s that I started to change my lifestyle, my relationship with food and exercise, because I didn't feel good with all of those, those previous ways. So I started to change my lifestyle and implementing habits and self-care routines that helped me to feel better and to have more energy and be happier. And then I realized that implementing those habits and self-care routines and implementing them consistently was actually the quickest way to get to my goals. Because rather than doing the up and down, the up and down, the up and down, the on the diet, off the diet, the yo-yoing, put weight on, lose weight, put weight on, lose weight, actually, if I could just do it consistently and slowly, I did it much quicker than what the previous 15 years had done. If I had the data, and I don't have the data of how much weight I lost and gained back again from the age of 18 to the age of probably 35, I can't even imagine how much it would be. Probably about 10 or 11 stone, I would say, over the span of about 15, 16, 17 years. And then, learning how to do this in a really sustainable and healthy way, I got to my lowest weight that I'd been since I was about 17 in about 15 or 16 months. So the quickest way to my goals was just to try to achieve them more slowly and healthily. So now I don't yo-yo diet. I don't go from a lower body fat to a higher body fat. I don't think you would ever look at pictures of me on social media and say, oh, Chrissy's put on a bit. And I'm not constantly dieting, because I maintain pretty much the same weight within a few kilograms all the time. And like at the moment, I'm dropping a little bit of body fat because I went into a purposeful surplus to put on some muscle. Now I'm dropping a little bit of body fat, but I'm doing it really slowly and really healthily, and it's actually easy because I've changed my lifestyle. I'm just doing all the same habits I already have. I've just dropped some of the calories. So focus on building sustainable long-term habits rather than those quick fixes. Okay. Number 4 is stop worrying about what you look like in the gym. So it's no secret that I love training in the gym. I love the confidence that lifting heavy weights gives me. I love the way it's changed my body, and I love feeling like a badass. But I wasn't always like that. I had a gym membership from, like I say, my mid-20s, but I rarely went into the weight section because I was afraid of looking silly, or with what other people would think about me, or that they would know I was a newbie. And now I realize, as a seasoned trainer, I realized that no one is looking at each other in the gym. They're more interested in what they look like, in what they look like in the mirror than what other people are doing. And most people are in the gym for the same reasons, which is to better themselves in some way, shape, or form. And actually, what that means is they are a group of the most supportive and helpful people that you will ever meet. So everyone that chooses to go to the gym is choosing to be there to, for a better reason. So no one's judging. And if they are, it says more about them than it does about you. So stop worrying about what you look like or thinking that you need to lose half a stone before you put on your gym kit and get in the gym, and just go, because it will make you feel so much better. And then number 5, and this is my last point, is ask for help earlier, sooner. And this one is huge. I first asked for help from coaches when I was marathon training. So in fact, I asked for help from 2 people. One was someone who to be my running partner who'd previously run 6 marathons. And number 2 was that I asked for help from a coach, a nutrition and fat loss coach, to help me do some weight training that could support my running and to help me lose a couple of pounds to make my running more easier. And that was when I was about 33. And I wish I had done that sooner. Since that time, I've worked with coaches, with personal trainers, and now with business coaches and mentors. And I am a coach. And so I advocate for you, and I say to you, if you are struggling to do this by yourself, ask for help. And you know what, that doesn't have to be from me. You can find, if you want to go to the gym but you have no idea how to lift weights, go and book a couple of sessions with a personal trainer and get them to show you the basics. The basics are what work. It doesn't have to be something complicated. If you want to lose weight, find a weight loss coach that can help you, that isn't going to try and sell you quick fixes and shakes and pills and silly plans that are full of gimmicks and fads. Find someone that you can relate to that can help you. You will save so much money if you can learn to do these things in a supportive environment where you can ask questions, rather than going and trying to do all these courses and plans that you just pay £20 for and you've done about 70 of them. So I wasted so much time and effort and money trying to do all of this myself. And now the support and accountability and knowledge that you will get from people that are great at doing this will carry you through long-term to have long-term results and change your life for the better. So that is invaluable. That is invaluable. Even if you just do it for a short amount of time, I urge you to ask for help. And if you do need help, whether it's getting into the gym, whether it's getting moving, whether it's just starting a few habits that are going to build into long-term success, losing weight, then do get in touch. All of my links are in the show notes, but you can find me on Instagram at the Mum Boss Method. You can check out my website, themumbossmethod.com, or find me on Facebook or LinkedIn. I would love to help you. I have short and long-term programs, and you can also book a power hour with me, which I will leave the link to in the show notes. So please come and find me and reach out. I would love to support you. Okay, that is everything from me today. So I've shared with you my 5 learns, what I would do differently in my fitness journey. So I would start earlier, I would ignore the number on the scales, I'd stop looking for that quick fix, I'd stop worrying about what I looked for in the gym, and I would ask for help and support sooner. I hope this has been a useful, short and sharp episode for you. I mean, it's not so short and sharp, it's about 15 minutes. I always love sharing these shorter episodes with you, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.